It is.
Okay.
Whoa.
So it'll be like, Sonic the Hedgehog was a film directed by Jeff Fowler and stars Ben Schwartz, James Marsden, Jim Carrey, and Tika Sumpter, and follows the titular character from the famous Sega game series of the same name. And he winds up on Earth, ends up befriending James Marsden, and Dr. Robotnik, played, of course, by the absolutely ridiculous and over-the-top Jim Carrey. He's trying to find Sonic and stop him from existing. And that's the movie.
Well, that's not entirely what he's doing, but yeah.
What do you mean?
He said not really in quote, I'm going to find it.
Neutralize it.
Neutralize is many different
stop
terms.
Him from existing.
He literally found one quill that had literally unlimited power, which was very not scientific.
We didn't move him, Mike.
Yeah, we didn't move him.
It's been sitting on this dumbass's head this whole time. So,
how's my...
I got someone who can hold it.
I mean, my collar sticks out.
Oh my gosh. So how do you feel about the movie?
No, I said we're starting from the beginning.
Yeah.
All right, so let me say my intro, and then I'll introduce you.
Your intro's not very...
This is the part where I kill you, and it's a one-man show.
Begin.
Hartford's on fire, apparently.
Wait, hold on, I'm gonna move this so I can easily maneuver.
Oh god.
Right.
Okay.
Take 4.
No, you're not.
Action.
You're not slating. Sonic the Hedgehog was a film directed by Jeff Fowler and stars Ben Schwartz, James Marsden, Jim Carrey, and Tika Sumpter, and it follows the title character. Sonic the Hedgehog was a film directed by Jeff Fowler, stars Ben Schwartz, James Marsden, Jim Carrey, and Tika Sumpter, and follows Sonic himself as he goes on Earth, befriends a small-town cop in the town of Green Hill. Get it? Because it's like
Like
Green
the
Hill
game.
Zone.
Like the game.
Insert copyrighted theme here. And Jim Carrey, of course, Dr. Robotnik, finds out about Sonic's existence and wants him to die and take his powers. Joining me today on this review is Dom. He's been in quite a few videos here in the podcast format of our Star Wars videos. So that's, you know,
videos.
You've been in more than 2. There's just one that hasn't been out yet. Yep, and I don't think will be out.
It's very old.
So, one's on the archives, so technically you're in like 3, and you're about to be in 4. Yeah, the TGB vault, you know. So, yeah, we just came back from this movie. Everyone knows kind of the backstory of this movie. Everyone thought it was going to be a dumpster fire because of the really, really good Sonic design. Can we put that on screen?
I imagined that Sonic in parts of the movies, and oh my god.
Yeah, after that, the director, Jeff Fowler, it's actually his first movie, was like, no, we should fix this. We gotta fix it. And, well, he did exactly that. They put a bunch of money into it, and they ended up fixing Sonic's design. Definitely for the better. Sonic looks really good in this movie. And, unfortunately, we do have to have a moment of silence because the visual effects crew, or company that did fix Sonic ended up going out of business shortly after. So without further ado, let's just get into initial thoughts of this movie. Guest honor.
Hey.
What did you think of the movie, Dom?
I heard it was gonna be good, and I was like, yeah, I guess it is. It's a kids movie. How could they really mess that one up? I didn't think it was like too kids. Like, it was obviously centered towards kids, but I think anyone could enjoy an amount of it. I liked it.
I feel the same way. I really wanted this movie to. I agree. I went into this movie expecting it to be absolutely trash. I thought it was going to be not as bad as Cats, but similar. If they kept the first design, it would be a bad design and a decent movie, because I can't hate this movie. I don't hate it. I don't like Sonic. I do want to put that disclaimer out there. the only Sonic game I ever liked was the first one, but that's about it. After that, could care less about Sonic himself. That being said, though, I do really like Tails. I don't know why. He's just cool. I dig him. He's adorable. He's a cute little fox, and he flies with 2 tails. It's adorable.
I wasn't a fan. Well, I didn't know him. I didn't know Sonic. He wasn't my homeboy back in college. I didn't know him much. So I never grew up with that, unfortunately.
So yeah, this film actually really wasn't that bad. The performances were actually pretty solid. The human characters were actually pretty decent. Usually in these movies, because for some reason, filmmakers just like to incorporate humans in anything and everything for some stupid reason. Like, if we just had a movie with Sonic and Jim Carrey, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But like, for some reason, Hollywood just likes to add human characters because they like humans a lot in these movies for some stupid reason. And usually they're underdeveloped and they're trash.
Just like most humans.
But no, these characters are actually really good. James Marsden, Tika Sumpter, they were both very likable. They were a believable couple. They had good charisma together. James Marsden, I do want to point this out. James Marsden and Jim Carrey were friggin' hilarious together. Their banter was really good. And of course, we do have to talk about Jim Carrey because, my God, he stole the show. Every single solitary line that he had was so over the top, so ridiculous and eccentric that he fit the character perfectly. Not a single complaint. He just killed it, stole the show 100%. Every time he was on screen, I enjoyed the movie infinitely more because it's just Jim Carrey being Jim Carrey. Really, it's just a name change and some really small sunglasses for like
oh my God.
A small portion of the movie, and that's basically it.
Are you in charge here? Nope.
Yep. I'm sorry, what was your name? Nobody cares. Like, most of the stuff in the trailer is funny, but there's more. And I'm glad that the trailer didn't take all of Jim Carrey's funny scenes and just put them in the trailer. It's very... This film, it feels competently made, which is very rare for video game movies.
Yeah.
Because I know, like... I mean, say what you want, but I love the Resident Evil movies. I think they're competently made.
Never watched them.
They're my favorite video game movies. The first one, Silent Hill. The first Silent Hill.
Oh, that one's
top
great.
tier.
Well,
top tier.
I don't remember the second one.
We don't talk about the second one. What second one?
Well, yeah.
I don't even know. But usually they're just like a poor cash grab. And it's just, this one really felt like its own thing. And I like that a lot. I admire the effort that went into it. I'm glad that they didn't just treat it like, oh, they're just gamers. We might as well just
some gamer.
Add like terrible characters and have Sonic be extremely obnoxious. And to be fair, he was, but I can understand it though, because Sonic's a kid.
Yeah.
So like, he was curious. It was kind of like the whole fish out of water tactic that a lot of films use.
He's a little baby.
And it worked. It worked well, honestly. Like, I actually had a fun time watching it. It didn't feel like an hour and a half. It was actually fairly quick, I felt.
For me, I felt some parts dragged on. Like, I'm not sure if I would see it again.
That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, it's not the kind of movie I would watch again, but similar to, like, for me, Underwater, it was exactly what I wanted it to be, which is just
and you were just
fun.
happy with it.
Yeah, like it did everything I needed it to be, or needed it to do, which was not suck. And it didn't. No, Jim Carrey is Dr. Robotnik. Nobody else can play that role. That is his.
Oh my God.
That is his and his alone. Ben Schwartz's Sonic did really good. I thought his voice work for Sonic was very, very good.
Hi.
You gotta remember that this is a kid's movie, so there are moments that no matter what, if you're not a kid, you're probably gonna cringe. Sonic flosses twice.
He flosses twice.
And I get that it is a kid's movie, and I get that Fortnite is all the rage and all that stuff, but I still can't get behind it, so every time he flossed, to be fair, the second time was like super quick. He just did like a quick like woohoo floss and then just stopped. But the first one was like, whoa, yeah, I did it. Floss, floss, floss. And I'm like, please stop. please stop. It's a kids movie, so it's gonna have the typical, like fart jokes, whatever. But it was very limited on those jokes, which I give huge props for, because not a lot of filmmakers treat kids as somewhat intelligent, and they think they're just brainless morons instead of, curious minds. When a filmmaker actually cares about the audience that they're trying to make this film for, it automatically is infinitely better than a filmmaker that doesn't care and is like, oh yeah, these kids won't understand, let's throw a couple fart jokes in and get a nice paycheck because we know that the license itself will, get it a lot of money. But that's not the case. It's the film is competently made, which...
There's only one fart joke, I think.
Yeah, and then there was like the one in the trailer where he does like the armpit thing. But that was like...
I don't think that counts.
No, there was one.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like one of those like eye-rolling things. That being said, though, there is one slightly annoying thing that bothered me, and it's the advertisements in the movie. There's a part with Olive Garden and the website for apartments or whatever. It was weird because it was Zillow?
Yeah, Zillow.
Yes, Zillow. So, because she was like,
obvious.
yeah, because she was like, oh, I found my apartments on. If anyone has seen the Truman Show, where which also stars Jim Carrey, where like Jim Carrey is basically walking around and he has his neighbors like, oh, hey, have you ever tried these scissors? They do everything. You can cut meat with it. You can cut, whatever, like literally anything. And it sounds like an advertisement, but that's the whole point of the movie because he's in like a TV show. That's not the case for this movie. But they still have advertisements anyway. So it was like, oh, hey, I found these apartments on Zillow. And the camera just sat on the laptop and a big fat Zillow logo on the very top. They mentioned Olive Garden, what, twice?
Twice. One at the beginning, and then it was.
And it was like the when you're here, your family, and then at the end where they're like, have you ever heard of their never-ending pasta bowl? It doesn't end.
And it just never ends.
Go to Olive Garden. Okay.
Product.
Yeah. Okay.
Here's the product. Consume
I guess.
Here's $50.
I guess so. Yeah.
How much is that going to get you at Olive Garden?
I don't know. I've never been to Olive Garden.
I don't like Olive Garden.
But that's probably my biggest complaint with the movie is the advertisements. I went in here expecting it's a friggin' kids movie, and I thought it was gonna be Cats bad. Wasn't Cats bad at all.
Cats.
I'd put it up there with Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, it was definitely. I think it was one of those movies.
It's definitely the right direction for video game movies. That's for sure.
Video game movies haven't been that great. They just
no.
It has to be a certain game because some games won't work.
I'm still waiting for a Dead Space.
I'm still waiting for a Destiny.
Okay. Anyway, so let's talk about our final score for this movie on a scale of 1 to 10. So what do you think of the movie, Dom?
I liked it. I didn't see anything wrong with it. Like I said, some parts I dragged out, so I probably wouldn't see it again, but I might. I don't know. Depends on my life. All gets mixed up. Anyway, I give it a solid 7.
7.
A 7.
Okay.
Took a bit. I got there.
I'm gonna give this movie a 6. Jim Carrey completely steals the show. That's a solid 4 points alone, just because of Jim Carrey. The humor wasn't cringe, most of it. So that's another point. And then the other point is, well, I don't want to give points to the redesign. I think that's just
a competent thing to do.
It should have just been that design in general. I'm not awarding a point for fixing something they should have done. I mean, it's cool they did it, but I don't want them to be praised for it, you know what I mean? Where it's like
the first design looked like Sonic.
It did. It did. Oh, you know what? That's the extra point for referencing Sonic in the movie.
We did it, boys. We did it.
Yeah, no. The movie is enjoyable. If you don't like Sonic, I'd suggest checking it out because I don't like Sonic, and I thought the movie was at least fun to watch. And if you like Sonic, I definitely think you're going to like this movie then, without a doubt. If you're a fan of Sonic, you'll probably love this movie.
I'm glad all the people who didn't know about Sonic and see this movie and they're like, man, I really like Sonic. They can just go out and buy some games.
One game. The first game.
That was the joke. There hasn't been any recent Sonic games that are good.
And what did you think, Bob?
You've made me feel very special to invite me into your home and to let me be part of your family. Thank you very much.
I couldn't agree more.
I couldn't agree more.
The man has a way with words.
Speaks for himself.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like what you saw here, we have plenty of other videos on the channel for you. We have other movie reviews, and we also have game reviews as well, a couple funny vlogs. And if you guys like what you saw here, like, comment, subscribe. And if you don't want to do any of that, well, thank you very much for the view anyway. I hope you guys are coming along with us for the ride for the rest of 2020. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Every like gets me another point for me to get into another video.
He's not going to be in another video.
I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to force myself.
We're gonna have to stop recording. I'm about to kill this kid.
Not for Griffin's review of the movie. Step aside, buddy.
This is a deep-ass couch. Holy shit.
Sonic 2020, Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic meme, Sonic good funny Sonic. Sonic sucks. I cannot get over how much I am filled with a blind hatred for Sonic the Hedgehog as a character. He is just the most overt, just naked display of vapid consumerism that I've ever seen. I hate Sonic. I hate Sonic. The movie was like a 6.